So yesterday a broker asked me why I wasn't interested in this deal. All right, and I just said, honestly, it should be listed at a third of the price. And he kind of blew up on me, or he did blow up on me, and he told me all these strategies for financing that didn't make any sense. But that's not here or there. I'm not going to sit here bashing brokers or anything like that, because there's good people and there's knowledgeable people in every industry, and there's people that aren't knowledgeable. They're just full of crap. That's why it's important that you know what you're doing, you know how to underwrite, because a lot of people are looking for a sucker, and they don't mean to, but they don't know what they're doing, so obviously they're going to sell a deal like they don't know what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, well, roll the dice. You're probably getting a bad deal. Happens all the time. Anyways, so I'm going to give you the details on this particular deal. That way you can understand how I knew it was a bad deal in 5 seconds. And we'll go from there. All right, so they were asking $975,000. It was a 12-unit mobile home park. No room for value add, so no room to add units, no extra land, nothing like that. All right, is what it is. So they're bringing in $5,000 a month, and they have it listed at $975,000. All right, so here's why I said it should be listed for a third. All right, $5,000. All right, a month, and then there's 12 months in a year. All right, so 5 times 12, 60. So, if it's bringing in $5,000 a month, and there's 12 months in a year, it's bringing $60,000 in a year in income. All right. So expenses, you want to just say that let's just estimate them at 50%. Although they could be 30, they could be 40, something like that. But just estimate them at 50. That way you're not rose-colored glasses, all right? And I've went over a lot of this underwriting in the past, but it doesn't hurt to revisit it. All right, so now you have $60,000 in income. Divide that by 2. Let's just say you keep half of it, all right? You're at $30,000 income a month. All right, so, at a 10 cap, divide that by 10%, that's $300,000. Divided by 8%, it goes up a little more, but it's just not a deal, right? It's crazy. But anyways, so you can look at it through that lens, or I did it really simply because he said that it should trade at a 6 cap, right? Whatever. Anyway, people are crazy. So I was like, okay, well, let's just keep this simple. And I don't know why the hell I entertain people sometimes, but I'm just well, the good-heartedness of me thinks, well, maybe they'll understand, and maybe they'll get better at their job, and then they'll send me good deals. No, haven't seen that yet. They usually just argue, which makes sense because people that want to get better listen and get better, or have legitimate data to prove, that why I'm wrong, and I'll get better. Anyways, let's look at it like this. I just Google amortization schedule, and I put 900,000 in there, and I put 9% interest, and I send it to him, and it's $8,000 something. I'm this is why it's a bad deal. And he's well, you can do all this stuff and you'll still lose money, but you get closer. And I'm so there's no value add opportunity. They're all tenant-owned homes, but I'm gonna spend this money to lose a lot of money and not ever gain any equity. He's yeah, it's great. I'm wow. Anyways, so you could just look up an amortization schedule real quick. You could do either two of these things I just told you. Look up an amortization schedule. Oh, 900,000. It's $8,000 a month. This is bringing in $5,000 a month. It's full. There's no way to add income, revenue, anything. So I'm going to lose money, $3,000 a month, and that's without expenses. So probably $5,000 a month. I would be losing buying this at $900,000. That doesn't make sense, right? So you just keep going down on the AM schedule and see what you need to buy it for to make the amount of cash flow you want to make. All right. However, that takes longer than just saying it brings in $5,000 a month. That means it brings in $60,000 a year. That means if I divide it by 2, it's 30,000 NOI, pretty safe. All right. And at a 10 cap, I'm at 300,000. This deal sucks, and you keep moving. You don't tell the broker that. You don't do any of that like I did, because then you'll get in an argument. But you just keep moving. All right. So you're going to come across all these deals. All right. And if it don't pencil, I'm going to give you a couple more calculations. All right. These are just my own, right? Or not my own. I've obviously acquired them from other sources. Not all of them. Like 1.5% rule. Nobody told me that. I just do it, right? So like, if it's under 40 units, real quick, you can run the 2% rule. All right. So they were bringing in $500,000. $5,000 a month. What's 2% of that? $250,000. That's all I would pay for that park is $250,000. All right. 5,000 divided by 2%. All right. I think that's the right math. Anyway, I can't pull up my calculator, but it's somewhere around there. So 1.5%. All right. You could do $5,000 divided by 1.5%. Yes, I divide that by gross, not net, if it's under 40 units. Quick math. All right. Some might argue, some might think it's crazy. At the end of the day, everything I buy cash flows. All right. And I patiently call sellers, wait, structure stuff until I get deals that cash flow. I don't force deals. I wait years, months, whatever, to get the deals that I want. And if the people want to level with me, cool. There's other deals. There's always other deals. That's what an abundant mindset is about. To know there are plenty of deals out there. You just need to find them. And they will meet your criteria, right? You just got to stay like stringent. So when you talk to these brokers and they try to sell you the pie in the sky, be wary. You talk to these wholesalers and they try to sell you the pie in the sky, be wary. And not just wary, know your stuff. Now you know how to underwrite, all right? If it's over 50 units, I buy it at a 10 cap. If it's under, I use a 2% rule. If they'll hold paper, I'll do 1.5% on gross monthly. Pretty freaking simple. And the reason I have these rules is I can go through deals like this, right? I don't need to argue with anybody, anything like that. I can just run through deals. And here's the other thing that we have to cover. The deals aren't going to be deals listed on the sticker, okay? I know they want $975,000 for that park. I'm not even going to make an offer because I'm going to offend them when it's a third of the price. However, say they wanted $500,000 and I was at, for some weird reason, let's just say they wanted $400,000 and I was at $300,000. I would not think twice about saying I'll do $300,000, because who the hell pays sticker price for anything unless you're at the damn grocery store or, you know, like a regular retailer shop, right? Like on the market, people expect to get offers. All right. So if they wanted 400, even 500, I'd probably make the offer. I mean, I wouldn't make the offer on that one. It'd have to be steep because I would wholesale that one probably, because I don't want a 12 unit park. There's not enough cash flow for anything there. For me, at least. Like, unless you get it stupid cheap. That's where people don't understand. But anyways, I hope this helps. Appreciate you hopping on, as always, listening. Feedback is welcome. Let me know if you agree, disagree with anything I've said. And you can follow me on social media. Message me on Facebook. Someone messaged me from a podcast episode yesterday, asked me about my mobile home park program that is coming up. When I told them the price, which is $15,000 for 12 weeks, one-on-one, they were like, "Oh no, thank you." That's what it is. I'm just like that with anything else. I'm not like trying to sell nobody anything, right? I have a client right now that's getting his first park in 12 weeks, and it's a badass deal, right? I want people like that. I'm only going to take like 4 people, though, I think, max. I almost did 2, but 4 max. And we're starting like 4 weeks. YouTube, we got that going, all the socials, and then just subscribe. There's a button below if you're watching this on YouTube or on any of the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any of those channels. Leave a review, an honest review. I'd love it. Anyways, until next time, my name's Travis Wells. This is the Property Profits Podcast. Appreciate the hell out of you listening to me jibber jabber on, and I hope that you got something out of it.